This is a presentation for the EE5135, and this is Group 25, and my name is Mengze Kai, and my teammate is Shi Yiming, and our topic is about 5G network. First, this report includes the overall architecture of 5G network, including the core network and the access network, and more on the construction details and the protocol layers of the two networks. This report focuses on a more detailed introduction of the physical layer of the access network, listing the multiple access technologies, coding technologies, and modulation technologies used in the physical layer of 5G access network. Finally, it will introduce the application of 5G technology in today's society and its impact on the future. The first one is core network. The 5G core network is an important component of the 5G network. It is a core part of the connections of connecting the wireless network and the internet. Its function is to support communication between the mobile terminal devices and applications, and it also provides support uh, and management for the various network service and applications. This is the whole architecture of 5G core network, and it is mainly divided into the following parts. The first one, user plane. The user plane is mainly used for the data transmission, including voice, video, image, and other information. This will supporting uh, high-speed data transmission and low latency services. And the next one is control plane. The control plane is mainly used for the controlling and managing network resources, uh, including session management, network switching, and the user authentication. Uh, the next would be the management plan, um, which is used for the network operation and management. Mm, uh, the fourth one is security plan, which is used to ensure the network security. The last one is network slicing in the 5G core network. And the network slicing is a key function of the 5G network. It can isolate, uh, allocate, and configure network resources according to different business requirements to support different application. And this is a figure of the whole structure of 5G core network, uh, which is defined by the 3GPP. The core network architecture of 5G adapts a flexible, service-oriented modular design, and the core network is divided into several main subsystems. Here, I will introduce the three subsystems. The first one, the user plan function, which is responsible for uh, processing the mobile data, including transmitting and forwarding packages on the network. The main function of the user plan function is to including the data transmission, package, package, packet filtering, packet classification, and the packet routing. The next one would be the session management function, which is responsible for management of users' sessions and the user's data. This main function of this would be session control, policy control, and user data management. And the last one would be the access and mobility management function, which is a core network element responsible for tasks such as mobility management and other session management. Um, this picture is stands for uh, the main subsystems of the 5G core network. The 5G core network also supports new network architectures and new protocols. Um, this, pic, uh, this slides will introduce the protocols of 5G core network. The first one, Common Control Plan Protocol, which is used for control plan message transmission, including control plan separation and protocol architecture. And the next one would be the data network protocol, which is used for the data uh, plan message transmission, including data transmission and packet processing. The third one would be the network slice control protocol, which is used for network slice slicing control, and it including the network slicing modification, uh, deleting, and creation. Uh, the next one would be the user plan protocol, which is used for the user plan traffic transmission, including the package forwarding, filtering, classification, and routing. The last one would be the service authorization protocol, and this is used for the users access control and identification. Next will be my partner introduce the SAS network.
The second part is about the SAS network of 5G technology. First part is the architecture of 5G access network. Access network refers to all the devices between the backbone network and the user terminal. According to the functions, access network can be divided into three units: central unit, distributed unit, and the radio unit. For the central unit, responsible for managing the station's wireless transmission and control signaling, and it can be adjusted and upgraded according to the different requirements. And the distributed unit responsible for managing the station's RF transmission and the digital signal processing. Compared with the central unit, the distributed unit is more flexible and reliable, and can better support new applications and services such as network slicing and edge computing. The third one is the radio unit. The radio unit responsible for wireless communication between the base station and the user equipment, including modulation and demodulation and the signal amplification. Then is the protocol layers. In the 5G access network, different protocol layers are defined for each unit based on their respective functions. Central unit includes the PDCP layers and RC layers, and the distributed unit includes the IRC layer, MAC layer, and high physics layer, and the radio unit includes low physics layer and the RF layer. Here is the detailed introduction to the different protocol layers. First one is the radio resource control layer. which is also the RRC layer. It is connected to PDCP layer. Its main function include UE access control, security, and system information broadcasting, and cell configuration management. The second one is the packet data convergence protocol layer. It is also the PDCP layer. It is located in the user plane of the protocol layer and is connected to RRC and IRC layers. Its main functions include data packet processing, data compression, and data retransmission. The third one is the RLC layer, which is also the radio link control layer. It is located in the lower layer of the 5G protocol stack and realizes the wireless transmission of upper layer protocol data units through interfaces with the MAC layer and physics layer. Its main functions include segmentation and assemble, retransmission and acknowledgement, flow control, and synchronization management. The next one is the media access control layer. It's the MAC layer. It is located in the data plane part of the protocol layer and interacts with the physics layer and RLC layer through protocol data units and controls wireless channel size, transmission, and scattering. Its main functions include uh, uh, scattering management, data transmission control, connection management, and QoS guarantee. And the last one is the physical layer. The physical layer is the lowest protocol layer in 5G networks, responsible for the conversion between digital and analog signals. Its main functions include modulation and demodulation, antenna technology, scattering and control, and spectrum management. Here introduced the difference between 4G and 5G. The protocol layer diversion in the 5G access network is an improvement over 4G. The low physics part of the BBU in 4G is processed in the RU in 5G, while the high physics layer, MAC layer, and RLC layer with high real-time requirements are processed in the DU. The PDCP and RRC layer with lower real-time requirements are processed in the CU. The network can also be adjusted according to different service requirements. Since the physics layer is the basis of the whole communication net, here we will introduce more about the physics layer in 5G access network. The physics protocol layer of 5G network can be divided into high physical layer and low physical layer. The high physical layer belongs to DU and the low physical layer belongs to the RU. And the difference between them lies in the wireless resources they control. For high physical layer, it is usually used to control wireless resources between base stations like shown in Figure A, with the purpose of realizing resource sharing between multiple users and the resources coordination between multiple base stations, so as to improve the performance and efficiency of the entire network. For the low physics layer, it is usually used to control the wireless resources between the user equipment and the base station, like shown in Figure B. And its purpose is to realize the control and the scattering of the user equipment to improve user experience and network coverage. For now, the following slides are going to introduce the coding, modulation, and multiple access techniques used in 5G network. For the coding technology, there are two coding techniques mainly used in the physical layer of 5G. First one is the low density parity check code, which is also called LPDP code. It is shown in figure A. It's a linear block code used in 5G for channel encoding of data communication to improve data reliability. And another one is the Polo code. It is a linear block code used in 5G for channel encoding of control information to improve the reliability. It is shown in figure B. And for the modulation technology, there are three modulation techniques are mainly used. The first one is the PSK. It is distinguish 0 and 1 through different phases of baseband signal. And the second one is the ASK, which distinguishes the 0 and 1 through different amplitudes of the baseband signal. And the last one is the QAM. It is distinguished 0 and 1 by the amplitude plus phase of the baseband signal. And for the multiple access technology, there are 7 multiple access techniques are mainly used in 5G network. The first one is FDD. It carries uplink data and downlink data through different frequency at the same time. Another one is the TDD. It carries uplink data and downlink data through the same frequency at different times. And another one is the TDMA. The TDMA is the data from different users are carried by the same frequency at different time. And the FDMA is the data from different users carried by different frequency at the same time. And also there are the OFDM. It means the data from different users are carried by different orthonormal carrier at the same time. And the last two one is the CDMA and SDMA. For the CDMA, it is the data from different users carried by different code words at the same time. And the SDMA is the data from different users are carried by different spatial bins at the same time.
Well, next would be the application and summary of 5G network. With the rapid development of 5G technology, there is a growing interest in its potential for social and business applications. There are three broad categories of using cases for 5G, including also shown as the figure here. And the first one would be the enhanced mobile broadband, which providing the significantly faster data speed and greater capacity, keeping the world connected. Second one would be the massive machine tap communication, which is also called the Internet of Things, which involves the connecting billions of devices without human uh, intervention at a scale. The third one would be the ultra reliable low latency communications, which is mission critical, including the real-time control of devices, industry robots, vehicle-to-vehicle communications, and the safety system. Next slide will be the introduction of the applications in the society and business in the future. The first, you may see the whole picture of the applications. Uh, the first one would be the intelligent manufacturing, which may include in the smart energy and the devices in the industry. And the second one would be the smart city. Mm, you may see the smart homes and the smart cars in the society. And the third one would be the mm, remote medical treatment, uh, which is used to healthy care in the hospital for the doctor to remote treatment. And the next one will be the intelligent transportation. Uh, we may we may drive in the car not using the not by human but by the cars itself, which is a very hot topic in the recent uh, mm, research. And the next one would be the virtual reality, which is may use in the games or the shopping. Uh, and the last one would be the retail and entertainment. This would be the whole picture of the future application in the society and business. The last one will be the summary for the whole 5G networks. In summary, as the next generation of mobile communication technology, uh, 5G networks have many advantages and development. Mm, Firstly, the 5G networks have higher data transmission speeds and lower latency and can support more devices, connections, and richer uh, mm, applications. Secondly, the 5G networks adapt new technologies and concepts such as uh, network slicing and virtualization, making the network more flexible and programmable. Finally, uh, 5G networks also have higher security and reliability, better protecting users' privacy and data security. In the future, with the continuous development and improvement of 5G network, it will be the widely used in the various fields. So that's all for our report. Thank you.